Hello, my name is Alicia, and I just wanted to thank you all for being here today. Do you all have any questions about the paperwork that you signed?
I don't know.
I don't think
Okay,
so.
okay, great. So today we're going to be using cognitive family therapy approach. This approach focuses on how our thoughts influence our emotions and our behaviors, especially in relationships in our life. The goal is to better understand how each of our thoughts can impact communication between the two of you. Does that sound okay to both of you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Great. So, to start, can each of you briefly describe a recent disagreement or situation where communication felt like it was difficult for you?
Yeah, so I'll start. One thing that comes to mind is this past weekend, and this has kind of been like an ongoing thing where he says that he'll be at a certain place at a certain time to pick up the kids, and he's either late or he doesn't show up at all and doesn't give us any type of notice.
So, in that situation, how did you feel?
Frustrated.
Okay. And that's understandable. Jordan, can you share an example?
I mean, I'll just use the same example. I mean, it just seems like another thing added to my list. I already have this list of things. I go to work. I'm a good father. I clean the house. I cook. So picking up the kids, is that not really something she could do? So it's just kind of frustrating. My list just keeps getting longer.
So, I hear you say that you also feel frustrated.
Definitely frustrated.
All right. In this approach, we're going to look at how thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are connected to each other. For example, the thought like, this is just too much. I feel like I'm already doing enough can possibly lead to feelings of frustration, anger, and then that impacts how you respond. So I'm going to ask each of you to share what is kind of going through your mind during the situations, like the one that you just described.
Okay, so well, I feel frustrated, and my thought process kind of goes like, we had it set up. Okay, he's going to pick them up at this day and time, and I understand like he might be busy, but if he says he's going to do something, I feel like he should do it.
What about you, Jordan? What was your thought process?
My thought process is kind of just a lack of respect, lack of empathy. I feel like she doesn't care like what I have going on. She's not even asking about my day. She just asked me, "Oh, well, did you do this?" So that kind of starts the argument there.
Okay, so did the thoughts that you had impact how you felt and how you responded to one another?
Well, I think that it happens a lot where he says he'll do something and then he doesn't do it, and so every time that I ask him to do something, I'm already frustrated about it.
What
I mean,
happened? I'm sorry, go ahead.
who wouldn't be frustrated whenever you just keep asking me things and asking me things and asking me things, not even like stop to ask how I feel. It's just another chore.
So when this is happening, what happens next? Like, do you all get into an argument or do you just shut down and not talk?
Uh,
Argument.
yeah, it's an argument, and then he just keeps on with it, and so that's kind of the point that I shut down.
I keep on.
Okay. So let's kind of look at all this together. It sounds like both of you all are frustrated. You both have a tendency to be impacted by the frustration that leads to argument. And we know that sometimes our thoughts aren't only the possible interpretation. So also kind of the stresses that are going on in your life may be impactful. Um, so what kind of is an alternative explanation for the behavior in the situation instead of arguing? What could you all do?
Well, I think that we could probably talk about maybe what's going on with our day, because I think a lot of the time that has a big impact on how we respond to the situation or what's going on.
Okay.
I think maybe I don't know if this would turn into another argument, but kind of like mapping out like of our things that we do every single day and then kind of like just so we can put it in perspective. So maybe she may shed some light on like, okay, maybe he is doing a lot. Maybe I should try to help out a little bit.
Okay. So really just communicating better is what I hear you saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a start.
So when we step back, we can see that each of the thoughts that both of you all have impact your emotional reactions and the way you communicate to each other. By shifting our thoughts to a more balanced perspective, it can help reduce emotional intensity and improve communication. Do you all agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So, one strength that I noticed from both of you is that you're able to express your emotions and advocate for yourself, and you're open and reflective on your thoughts. I think that's a really an important strength that you all have, and you all are able to improve communication and understanding by working on this. You both show willingness to work on the relationship. I can see that today in session. Do you all feel like you have a willingness for both of you all to do better?
I would not be here if I didn't.
Yeah, I think we both want to do better. I think the problem is that sometimes we don't know how, or we just let frustration or whatever it is like overtake it.
Yeah, and I think it's good that we talk about how emotions can influence our behaviors and our feelings. So, just I want to summarize today that we identified our thoughts, how we talked about how our thoughts can influence our emotions and behaviors, and also practice reframing our thoughts that can lead to better reactions. Would you all be open to coming back next week and working a little bit more on this?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy to.
Okay, awesome. Jordan, I see you shaking your head. Yes.
I mean, the boss said, you heard what she said.
Okay, I will get you all both scheduled. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
Thanks.